Okay, let's dive into one of the most important and sometimes tricky behaviors for a level 6 marketing manager apprentice. We're talking about B1, anticipating and adapting to change. If that sounds a bit vague or high levels, don't worry. We're about to make it super clear and practical. To help us out, let's follow the story of Jody. She's a level 6 apprentice at a company called IBIS Stores, and she's probably in the exact same boat as you, trying to figure out how to actually demonstrate this behavior in her day-to-day work. And for Jody, Behaviour B1 feels like a pretty big hurdle. It sounds a little abstract, maybe even a bit intimidating. Is this something an apprentice is really supposed to be doing? Well, let's find out together. So here's our game plan. We're going to follow Jody's journey through 5 simple stages. First, we'll figure out what B1 actually is. Then, we'll get into the right mindset. After that, a 5-step plan to put it into practice, how to prove you're doing it, and finally, how to absolutely nail it in your assessment. So, first things first, Jody sits down with her coach Olivia to get the official, no-nonsense definition of what Behaviour B1 really means for someone at her level. Olivia explains that this isn't about just reacting when something breaks. Not at all. It's about being proactive. It's about constantly scanning what's happening with your customers, in the market, with your competitors, and then making smart, strategic adjustments to keep things on track. You're looking for the ripple before it becomes a wave. The definition definitely helps, but for Jody, it still feels a bit, theoretical. So she has a chat with her mentor, Adam, who's a senior leader at the company, and he gives her this incredible analogy that makes everything just click. And this is it. This is the big mindset shift. Adam tells her, stop thinking like a passenger who just gets thrown around by the waves. Start thinking like a captain who reads the weather and charts the course. It's about taking control, not just being along for the ride. Adam really breaks it down for her. See, a passenger is purely reactive. They only notice there's a problem when the ship is already rocking. But a captain is proactive. They're looking for those early signals, they anticipate the shifts, and they lead the crew with confidence because they have a plan. Now we're getting somewhere. With this new captain's mindset, Jody feels ready to take action. So she goes to her line manager, Riedel, who helps her map out a really practical 5-step plan she can use right there at IBIS Stores. Riedel lays out this clear step-by-step voyage for her. It's a loop. You start by anticipating, which means you're always looking at the data and spotting trends. Then you assess the potential impact. So what? What could this mean for our goals? Third, you adopt your plan. Then you lead. You communicate those changes clearly. And finally, the most important step, you learn from it so you're even better next time. So Jody is now actively thinking and acting like a captain. This is fantastic. But her coach, Olivia, comes in with a crucial reminder. You have to document your voyage. You have to prove it. Because for your assessor, if it isn't logged in your AppTemp portfolio, it's like it never happened. Olivia shows Jody that strong evidence always tells a story. It's not just a screenshot of a new social media post. It's your reflection on why you made a change. It's the updated strategy document. It's the email where you explain your rationale, or even feedback from a colleague praising how you handled a sudden shift. And this slide is absolute gold. It shows the difference between weak, reactive evidence and strong, proactive evidence. I changed the ad copy after sales dropped. That's reactive. But I revised the Q3 plan based on early indicators from Q2. Now that is proactive. It shows you're not just following orders. You're using your judgment and leading the way. All right, we're on the home stretch. Jody's portfolio is now packed with powerful, proactive evidence. Her coach, Olivia, decides it's time to prep her for that final hurdle, the endpoint assessment professional discussion. Olivia asks her a question that is almost guaranteed to come up in some form. This is Jody's big moment to tie everything together, her experience, that captain's mindset, and all that great evidence she's collected. And Jody uses the STAR method to structure her answer perfectly. She outlines the situation, her task, and then, here's the most important part, her action. Notice how she says, I anticipated this was due to. She didn't wait to be told. She figured it out and proposed a solution. And she finishes strong with a clear result, backed by data. That is a perfect level 6 answer. And that's it. Through this whole journey, Jody gets it. Behavior B1 isn't just some random requirement to tick off a list. It's a core part of being a strategic, effective marketing leader. It's what allows you to steer the ship confidently, no matter what the weather throws at you. So now, let's turn it over to you. What's on your horizon? What changes can you see coming in your own market or inside your own organization? What weather are you tracking? It's time to start thinking less like a passenger and a whole lot more like the captain. Go on, start charting your course.